Welcome to the world of colors. I'm Colors. Today we're going to be doing a gnome named Rudy. Here he is, Rudy the Red-nosed Gnome. This is how he looks. He's like a big stuffed toy. Very plush. We're going to be making him today, and I will be back in a moment to tell you the materials that we're going to use. What we're going to use to make Rudy today, I'll start with the paint that we use for his nose. I used the Ruby Red Tester's Craft Paint. This is a matte finish, and I wanted the nose to be a little shiny, so I added the acrylic medium gloss gel. It's made by US Art Supply, and I ordered that from Amazon, and I added that to the acrylic paint so it would be shiny for his nose. So the nose is already done. That's a 2-inch wooden knob that I buy in 12 at a time on Amazon, and I've already painted that nose, and it's all ready to go on our gnome today. So the next thing we're going to need is I used red hair for his beard and nose, and you need to cut out a 5.5 inch by 6 inch long beard piece, and then I used an additional mustache piece that's 1.5 inches by 8 inches. So it's additional mustache piece. So then you want this headband from Dollar Tree that we're going to use the reindeer antlers. My husband's here telling me antlers. Okay, and the ears from this. And then we're going to use the rollers from Dollar Tree, the 7-inch rollers, and the candy canes from, I got these from Menards, but you can get them, the candy canes, pretty much anywhere. And we're going to use these. They're about 4-inch candy canes that he's holding. Some neutral color brown tan paper ribbon, a couple of white pom-poms, and then the fabric that we're using is fleece, and it's blizzard fleece from Joann's, and it's called khaki tie-dye. If you want to order that, it's khaki tie-dye, and it looks just like deerskin. It's really, if you can't see it on camera, I'm not sure, but it's really just perfect. So that's worth ordering if you want to get the color just right. So you need a 13 by 16 inch piece for the body of that, and then two pieces that are 7 by 7 inch pieces for the arms in the same material. And then for the hat, I used this quilted green and red fabric that I already had, so I can't tell you where it came from, but something along these lines. 2 7-inch by 9-inch pieces for the hat. And then there's some smaller pieces in chocolate felt. We're going to be using 2 pieces, and we'll cut these out. Use a 3-inch by 4-inch piece to start, and cut these pieces out for the hooves, the back hooves. And then we're going to be using 2 5 by 5 inch pieces for the front hooves. So there's one more small piece that we're going to be using for the, see where it disappeared to. I am together today. Here it is. This is the piece that we're going to be using to establish his back legs in the middle. So you need a 4-inch piece to cut this piece out that we're going to be using in the chocolate brown felt. And then in addition, we're going to be using 5 bells that go on his hat. And I got these from the door hangers from Dollar Tree. And we're going to be using this bell that he's holding. And I got this, I just have a lot of supply of these, so I'm not sure where I got it. So you have to do a little searching around to find a bell like that for his one side of him. And then I have these extra stocking ends that I used the top trim for a project, and now I'm going to use the bottom of this for the front of his hat on the bottom. So some little red fur if you can find it. And that's all that I used. So I'll be right back with you and we'll start this project. First thing that we want to do is take that 13 by 16 inch piece for the body, the khaki tie-dye fleece we're going to use for the body, and we want to fold it in half like it is, and we're going to take and glue the 13-inch sides to the bottom, the 8-inch bottom, and we want to glue along here and along here and leave an 8-inch top open like that. So we're going to try to keep these tapes accounted for and show you a shot of the measurements at the end. We'll see how that works. So you'll see me saving these tapes today. So what you want to do is take and open it up. You press your hand along it like that so you can see the middle. When you open it up, you can see where you are. And then just come in about 1/4 of an inch. Go all the way up. I'm going to stop about here and close it up. Like that. And then just finish it up. As soon as I finish this up, I'm going to close it up, and then I'm going to let it set up for a few minutes before we turn it right side out. So I'll be right back with you. Okay, so we've got it glued. It's all set up, and we want to turn it right side out. Now I glued the seam to the side and not to the back on purpose. It makes really cute little hooves once you get it filled this way. And the way the arm falls, you see very little of the seam on the side because the arm is right there. And so it allows you not to see the seam at all in the back. It makes it really cute in the back. So I did the seam on purpose right there. He's not liking to sit on the tray that's tipping down. So what you want to do now is put some marbles in the bottom. And then fill it up with your polyester fiber fill. And I'm going to do mine and get it filled up, and I'm going to gather it at the top, leaving about a 1-inch stem, and then fasten it with a rubber band. I'll be right back with you. So now we're going to do the hooves on the little points that stick out on the sides. We're going to make those hooves. We're going to take our chocolate felt and take out your 3 by 4 inch pieces. There should be 2 pieces actually. And we're going to take the 3 by 4 inch piece. And what you want to do is just cut the sides off like that, because we're going to keep the 4 inch. We're going to cut the sides off like that to come down like that, and then cut it off an inch, about like that. And then I already have the one cut. And what we're going to do is we're going to take and wrap it around the point that sticks out here. Let me get that straight. Wrap it around like that and glue it on the little points. We'll tuck it under right there at the point and glue it on like that. So I will put some glue on it. And we'll put it right on like that. That makes it really cute there. And then I'm going to do the other one, but first I want to show you the insert that goes between his legs to establish that he has 2 legs back here. So we just made a little like Christmas tree piece from a 4 inch piece of chocolate felt. It's 4 inches, so you make this little Christmas tree piece and put it like that right in the middle. So we'll get that done. I seem to have something on my glue gun. Just a second. Okay. I'm trying to get a little glue up here at the top. You can always go back and glue the very top, but you want to glue it on right here at the middle. I've got a little polyester fiber fill right there. Right at the middle like that. And the next thing I want to do is glue on that 2 inch wood nose. I'm going to get that on. You want to bring it out about an inch from the stub and hold it in place there and let that set up. So I'm going to let that set up, and I'm going to put the other chocolate piece of felt on the other hoove, and then we'll be right back with you. Okay, so we're all set. We got both the hooves put on, the center inset to show that these are 2 legs. The nose is glued on. I just glued it on just the one time. I didn't do it underneath because I'm going to be putting the beard and the mustache under here. So we're going to do the beard and mustache now. So I've got out my 5.5 inch wide by 6 inch long piece of red fur for the beard. And when I measure for the beard, I always measure just on the base of the beard. I don't measure the fur itself, how far down that goes. I just measure the base part of the fabric here, like that. And then we want to take that beard, and I've glued up this corner. We want to glue the corners up so that it's more shaped like a beard, not so square. So I just put a little V shape of glue there in the corner and turn it up like that. Round it off the beard a little bit. I'm going to save this piece of tape. And then you want to take it and fold it in half and cut a slit in it right in the middle. About a little over an inch. I might cut that more. I want to, let's see where we are here. Nope, it's just right. I want the beard to come right at the top of the inset here. So you can adjust that by how much of a slit you put in the top of this beard. And then we're just going to glue it on like that. I'll do the other side. Now I wanted the mustache to be more pronounced, so I'm giving this one an extra piece. I don't do that every time. Once in a while I will do this. So I'm going to do it up like that, and it's going to come down. Use my hairspray to fluff all this up. So let's put this mustache on. This is a 1.5 inch by 8 inch piece. And we're going to put it right underneath the nose. We didn't glue underneath the nose again right here like I sometimes do, because I wanted to leave the spot open because I wanted to put this mustache there. So we're going to glue that right down the middle. And just let it fall to the sides. It's not supposed to stick out or anything. It's just supposed to fall to the sides like that. And I'll let that set up and I'll be right back. So I've got that how I want it, and I'm spraying it with some firm hold hairspray so it'll stay put, stay like we want it. Just use firm hold hairspray, and I use this little pick to get the style that I want going on, like that. And then let that dry a few minutes. And then the next thing we're going to do is the hat. To make the hat, we're going to take these two pieces of fabric and we're going to put them together. They're 7 by 9 inch pieces. And we'll put them together. So we're going to take these two pieces of fabric and we're going to put them pattern side to pattern side like that. And we're going to fold it in half like that and use a marker and mark where the center is. This is white, so I'm hoping it's going to show up good. Yeah. Bright white. This is a chalk marker. They call it a chalk writer, and I get it from the craft area at Dollar Tree. So you get the marker there to hold your middle spot there, and is what you want to do is just cut straight up to the spot like that, like you're making a Christmas tree. So just cut straight to that dot and do it on both sides from the corner straight up. That'll be your hat. Is what we want to do is glue the sides all the way up on both sides and let it set up. So I'll be right back with you. So I glued it both sides, let it set up, and I turned it right side out. So this is where we are. And I usually cut these little seam pieces down here at the bottom off. See what I'm doing there. And then we want to fill it with polyester fiber fill. And then we can cut this red fur piece to go across the front. We want it to be, it'll be just about right. See? This is just an extra piece of Christmas stocking that I had that worked good for me for this hat. I'm sure that you can find something that'll work the same. Cut your red piece like that, and then we're going to glue that right across here. Like that. Caught the glue. The next thing we want to do is get the antlers. We're going to get the antlers off this headband, and you just want to push them forward, and they'll break right off for you, like that. And then I put them like this. You want them to put them both going in the same direction, and we're going to put them on the hat. So what I did was I took my sharp scissors, went up to about here, that's maybe 2 inches up, and you want to take your sharp scissors and just cut right into the seam, a spot just like that, to put your antlers in. Got a string right there. See if that's gonna fit good. And then we're gonna put the antlers in just like that. Got the lining there. And glue them in like that. So let me cut the hole on the other side. Right at the seam. That's good. I see I have polyester fiber fill coming out here. So we can go ahead and glue these in, and then we want to push the fabric down into the glue as well. So we'll just put glue on both sides. Push it in like that. We want our fabric to be in the glue as well, like that. Get them on an angle, going up, like that. And then you can do the other side while that's setting up. To make sure it's the same way. Just put it right in there like that. You're kind of bending the fabric back so it's going the right way. And then just hold them up and let them set up. I'll be right back with you. Putting the ears on. These are still setting up. They're pretty set up, but I'm letting them go a little bit longer. And I'm putting the ears on. You just want to cut the ears off the headband as far down as you can get, like that. And then put some glue on them, like that. And then just put it as close to the bottom of the seam as you can get, next to that red fur that we put on, like that. And then let that set up. And after that sets up, I'm going to put this pom-pom at the top, and then we'll be ready to glue it onto the body. Okay, so the hat's all together, and I'm going to put it on now. We're not going to glue it on the sides because we still have to put the arms in there. That's how we're going to do on this one, where the arms go up into the hat and get glued. So leave the sides open and just glue the hat on the front and the back. And it's kind of glued behind the nose. So you just want to put some glue on the nose. You can see where I'm putting it. Right there in the back on the nose. And then put the center of the fur right there. You want a lot of the fur to still stick out because we're going to put the bells on there. And we're going to let that set up. And then I'll be back and we'll glue the back together. I've got the front glued and set up. And then I'm going to turn around it to the back. Remember, we're not doing the sides. And we're just going to glue the back right in the middle. So you want to lift up your fabric a little bit there and just pump a couple pumps of glue up there. It'll drop down, the glue, and you got to hold that and let it set up. So when I come back, after this is set up, we're going to make the arms and put the arms on. Okay, now that the hat's attached on the front and the back, we're ready to work on the arms. I have the first arm made, and this is what it's going to look like. And we're going to make the second one right now. And I got bad news, I forgot to tell you about the wooden hands that go on the ends of the arms before we put the covers on. There's a wooden hand in there, and I didn't have those in the materials list. You get those on Amazon. You can get those at some of the craft stores as well, but I get mine on Amazon. They come 15 in a package. They're 1.5 inch wood knobs. So we're going to need 2 of those. And so we're going to make the other arm right now. You want to take one of your 7 by 7 inch pieces of the khaki tie-dye fleece. If I can get the tape off here. And what we want to do is glue the arm like that, right across. I'm going to glue this and let it set up. I'll be right back. So now we have it set up. We're going to turn it right side out. And fill it with some polyester fiber fill. Then you just want to tunnel your fingers down through the fiber fill, make a space for this roller. Like that. And then get out your rubber bands and fasten on the end like that. That can stick out a little bit. That's where we're going to glue it inside the body. So it can look about like I'm doing right now. So this part will be glued into the hat. And then this part down here is where we're going to glue the 1.5 inch wooden knob. I'm going to fasten it with a rubber band and then take the extra fiber fill off of there so we can see what we're doing. This is a little long. I want to glue the hand a little closer into the fleece, so I'm going to clip that off a little bit. Taking my craft scissors, and I just clip that off. And then you want to get some glue on this wooden knob. Put that on there like that. And we'll need to set that up before we can finish. So we have this set up on here, and what we want to do is take out the remaining 5 by 5 piece of chocolate felt. We'll take that, and you just want to put the middle on the hand and wrap that up like that. Take your rubber band and secure it. Like that. I've got it bent with the seam going down. And I'm going to take this paper ribbon, and it's a neutral tan color. Could be beige. And just wrap it around the rubber band. About 5 times. And then you just want to glue it on the part where you won't see it, on the bottom here. And we've got the arm finished. We'll give that a second to set up down here. put it over here, and we'll start by gluing in this arm. So what we want to do is just, we're going to put glue on both sides here and glue it right up into the hat like that, right behind the beard. So we'll do this one now. Put glue on both sides. Just hold that up good, like that. And then it's really placed good right behind the beard right there. And then I'm just gonna hold that and let that set up. And then I'm gonna glue on the other arm just like that. And then I'll be right back with you. The next thing we wanna do, I've got the arms glued on. We wanna get these bells glued on. So you wanna start by gluing the bell in the middle. Just go right to the top of his nose. And then we'll do 2 on each side. And then we'll let them set up. There are the bells all nice and pretty on there. And we're gonna take it and turn it around and put his tail on right in the middle here. You know how the deers, when they run away and they see a person or sound or a movement and their tails go up in the air and turn white. They flash their white tail at you. We got that. Now is what I need to do. I'm holding this tail while it sets up. Now what we need to do is we need to put on a couple candy canes. I tied these with some paper ribbon. And we need to have them holding the candy canes over here. So I'm going to glue those on like that. And I'm going to glue another little bell from the paper ribbon that I've got around the wrist. I'll glue the bell on. And then he'll be finished. So I'll be right back with you. Finished now. Here's Rudy, our red-nosed gnome. And I wanted to thank you for coming and spending this time with us today. If you like this video, make sure to like. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure to subscribe.